From Bob Conlon Gymnasium in Gentilly on the campus of Brother Martin High School, it's Brother Martin Crusaders basketball as this evening. The Crusaders entertain the Jesuit Blue Jays. And a pleasant good evening to you, Ken Trahan, along with the coach, Bill Gallagher. It's great to have you with us for this great rivalry renewed in District 9-5A between Brother Martin and Jesuit. We should tell you that as we speak, on the floor, the JV game is running a little long. With 2:12 to play in the game, the news could be even worse because they're tied 33-33. And there's the old saying about freshman games and JV games, don't go overtime. So you never know what's going to happen. But having said that, the freshman game was quite good. Brother Martin won by 4. This JV game is quite good, and we expect the varsity game, which we will bring you, to be good as well. Looking at the two teams coming in to play tonight, Jesuit is the hot team. The Blue Jays are 19-6 overall, and they are 7-2 and second in the Catholic League behind St. Augustine. And the Blue Jays have won 3 consecutive games coming in. Brother Martin, on the other hand, has kind of been going in the other direction. 15-11 overall, 5-4, tied for third in the league, but they've lost 4 of their last 5, including to Jesuit last Saturday, 76-50 at the Birdcage. And a very impressive performance by the Blue Jays. Bill, obviously this is an important game on so many levels, not to mention the power points, which we haven't even addressed yet. But from the standpoint of district play, it's an important game. Jesuit is still competing for a district championship, and Brother Martin is trying to move up the ladder here and to improve their stature not only in the district, but as I mentioned, with regard to power points.
Yeah, I think it's a more important game as far as district goes than with power points. I think certainly in Brother Martin's case, they're pretty well entrenched where they are. Jesuit possibly could move up with the win, but they're not going to get that many points playing Brother Martin as far as power points. But as far as district goes, sure, Jesuit needs this in order to stay up with St. Augustine in their quest for the district title. And Brother Martin just needs this just to turn that corner and get back to where they were playing their best ball before. They really have hit on some hard times, and we always kind of preached when we were coaching that you want to play your best ball in February and March, and Brother Martin's not doing that right now, to be truthful. So they need this game to get that confidence back and get back on a roll.
Well, the Blue Jays, as mentioned, playing really good basketball right now, Bill. You've seen them, and they share the ball extremely well. When they shoot it well, they're very, very good. Chris Jennings has always done an outstanding job. He's got a better team this year than he's had in recent years, hasn't he?
Yes, he has. He's gotten a couple of shooters, especially Elijah Morgan, who can really fill it up. He's got some real role players like they do every year. These guys that know where to shoot, when to shoot, who can't shoot. They know their spots real well, and they just run that fundamental offense to perfection. Well,
the Blue Jays, as mentioned, second in the league right now to St. Augustine. If you look at the standings in District 9-5A, St. Augustine is really playing well. I saw them earlier this week and was really impressed with their defense and the way they rebound the basketball. They've only lost once in district play. Jesuit beat them by 1, 36-35. They turned around and beat Jesuit by 3. And as I mentioned in my story when I covered the St. Augustine game against Rummel, St. Augustine's doing it with defense. Their defense has been off the charts. They just play very, very tough in that regard. And in their 6 district wins in a row, they've won 6 straight games, they're giving up an average of 36.5 points. I mean, and when you stop people, defense and rebounding, no matter how bad you shoot the ball or your offense is, if you rebound and you play defense, you can win.
Well, sure, you can always score off your defense if your offense isn't working, and that's what St. Augustine has been doing. I saw them in our first game against them, and it's their defense. They don't have that real sharp shooter that they had maybe in the past years. They kind of move the ball around and be kind of they're kind of even there, but defensively they're all over the ball.
Jesuit coming off of a big win over Holy Cross, a very good basketball team, 55-50. And as mentioned, Brother Martin struggling a bit of late. The Crusaders are coming off of an 80-65 loss to John Curtis Christian. Looking at Jesuit, it's all about Elijah Morgan. He's really been good for this team this year. Good athlete, the junior. At 5'11", 160, he's averaging 18.5 points a game, 4.4 rebounds per game. He's been outstanding when you look at what he's been able to accomplish for this team. Jesuit does not have another scorer in double figures on the year. They do have other solid players. Noah Varnado averaging 7.4 per game. Will Landrew averaging 6.3. Drew Black III averaging 6.5. But it really does start with Elijah Morgan. Jesuits lack that one star player in recent years, and that one guy that can go score points, and they've got that this year.
They've got that this year. And as a team, they have gone. I got to give them a lot of credit. They went from Elijah Morgan was out with the flu, and they went from scoring 23 points against St. Augustine, which was a defensive game. Well, I'm sorry, it was a lack of shooting in that game. And they came back on Friday night of that same week and scored 76 points against Rummel. And the very next night against us, they scored 75 points. And Morgan returned after having the flu, returned against us and played against us. So, yeah, they got that guy right there, and they miss him when he's not in the game.
Those were 2 dominant victories for the Blue Jays. Taking a look at Brother Martin coming in, the Crusaders, as mentioned, have lost 4 of 5. Health's been an issue for Brother Martin. They're a bit worn down. Tyler Epps has had health issues, and they have some other guys beat up. But, more than anything else, it's a team that it's not a very big team physically, and there is a little bit of a beat-down and fatigue factor that exists here.
Yeah, they're hurting. I think it's a combination of their run down, getting hurt a little bit, not playing real well right now. It kind of plays on you mentally. They missed Tyler Epps last week, and that was a big loss. He got hurt in the Archbishop Shaw game that we did on the radio, and he hasn't played since then. He's supposed to be back tonight. That's going to be a big plus, and hopefully that's going to give a little mental advantage or a little mental push for the Crusaders tonight.
The senior Tyler Lally is the leading scorer, averaging 17.5 points per game for the Crusaders. Tyler Epps averaging 13.1 a game. Solid 1-2 punch there, but Devon Moore is a very good third option at 9.8 points per game. Very much a guard-oriented team. JV game has just gone final, and Brother Martin held on to defeat Jesuit 38-35. So a couple of very close games on the freshman and JV levels, both won by Brother Martin, so the varsity game will be next. So I guess the key for Brother Martin, aside from the health issues, they're 3 guards. You can count on them, and they've got to be productive. But who else is going to step up to be that other option to give them the opportunity to score, especially closer to the basket? That would have to be TJ Small, the sophomore at 6'2". He's averaging 8.2 points, and he's the leading rebounder at 5.7 boards a game. And TJ's been very good at times, but we always tend to forget the relative age of these young men. He's a sophomore.
Right. Well, he's one that's been very quiet the last few games. Broke out a little bit against Curtis Tuesday night. I think he had 18, 19 points there. Hopefully he's broken out of his, if you want to call it his sophomore slump or the lull that he's in. And then you got Devon Moore. Just, he's played football, came out late for football, a little banged up. He still has not had the opportunity to become fully healthy. And I think it's wearing on him a little bit, but he's averaging close to 10 points a game. So if he can get his game going, and Brother Martin's, they're not big, but they've got a lot of guys that they can play, and any number of guys could get hot tonight. Tomlinson, Gilliard, Javier Perez. There's a number of options for them. Somebody's just got to take the ball and take it hard to the basket, and they got to rebound, which has been a problem all year long.
Chris Beal's done an excellent job with this program. Led Brother Martin to the state championship game a year ago and lost that heartbreaker to Scotlandville. And, of course, Jesuit under the tutelage of Chris Jennings, who's been doing this, it seems like forever. Certainly the dean of coaching in this league, and everybody respects the job that Chris does. So a battle of the Chris's here tonight, right?
Yeah, battle of the Chris's. Exactly.
So, all good, but this is a good rivalry. It's been that way for many years now, and it's been kind of a little give and take back and forth in a given year, depending on who's got the upper hand. Most recently, Brother Martin's had a little bit of the upper hand, but this year, Jesuit clearly with the upper hand, having won decisively at the Jesuit gym, and now tonight looking for the sweep. Brother Martin has other ideas about that. We mentioned the standings. Holy Cross also with 4 losses, tied with Brother Martin in that regard. Then you've got Rummel and Curtis, followed by Shaw in terms of the standings in the league. And obviously, the standings are great and winning the league is great, but ultimately everybody makes the playoffs. It's kind of hard not to send that message to your kids. You can't hide it. They know it. So what are they doing? They're looking at what's to come in terms of the playoffs and what's to come in terms of matchups and power points. So let's take a look at that. Scotlandville is a clear number 1 right now in Division I. St. Paul's is second, and McKinley is a pretty close third. McKinley's got one terrific player. They're good. You don't want to go there. Catholic High is a good basketball team, and they're pretty close 4th right now. But Jesuit is a competitive 5th, and St. Augustine is a competitive 6th. So when you look at host teams, first of all, you look at buys, then you look at host teams. The bye is certainly out of the question for Brother Martin. Not for Jesuit. They're still in play there. Home game, Jesuit certainly in play there. And unless they collapse down the stretch, they're going to get one. St. Augustine is in the 6th spot. Bird is in the 7th spot. Then you get to that home game spot, which is the 8th spot right now.
And it's as close. It's so close as far as the points go. I mean, it's what, 0.15 separates Holy Cross and Rummel right now.
And they still have to play each other once more. So that's 8 and 9. And then Brother Martin sits at number 10. Brother Martin, if they could finish strong, unquestionably could get as high as the 7th spot.
Well, Brother Martin's got St. Augustine. They got Jesuit tonight. They got St. Augustine Monday, and they got Rummel on Friday. That's 3 teams ahead of them in the power points. That's power points for them. If they can finish with a sweep,
they'll
or
go
get
up.
2 out of 3.
They win 2 out of 3. They got a shot at a home game.
They could slip up there and get a home game, or at least if they finish 9th, the home game would be against probably Holy Cross or Rummel instead of having to make that trip up to Bird and Shreveport.
Right.
So, going to Holy Cross, going to Rummel would be 2 tough places to play, but it's home. Your fans will be there. You don't have to travel.
Well, they wanted Holy Cross earlier this year, and they've wanted Rummel consistently. So that would certainly be an advantageous situation as a road team. Evangel Christian is 11th. John Curtis Christian is 12th, and that's a pretty dangerous 12. They've got some talent. And Archbishop Shaw is 13. And as we've talked about with Shaw, their future is what's for them. Not so much this year, but their future is in pretty good shape. So that's where the last power ratings were, which were released 3 days ago. So after play tonight, certainly that could be adjusted, but at least you get some picture as to what Division I looks like presently. The teams are on the floor warming up as we speak. We've got the Brother Martin Crusaders and the Jesuit Blue Jays coming up. We'll take a timeout here. When we return in just a moment, we'll hear from Brother Martin head coach Chris Beal. And you are watching and listening to Brother Martin basketball against Jesuit here on CrescentCitySports.com, at WGSO 990 AM, and at WGSO.com. Ken Trahan with Brother Martin. All right, this will be Chris Beal for Jesuit. 3, 2, 1. Ken Trahan with. All right, this will be Chris Beal for Jesuit. 3, 2, 1. Ken Trahan with Brother Martin head coach Chris Beal. And Chris, you play a team for the second time in 6 days or so. That's a little bit unusual. And advantages, disadvantages to doing so.
I guess there's really no disadvantage and no advantage. I mean, to the boys and it doesn't seem like it was 6 days ago. It seems like it was about 3 weeks ago. These games have been coming at us pretty quickly, and it's such a quick turnaround. But the preparation is the key, and we've had enough days to prepare for these guys.
Jesuit played very well against you at their place, earned the victory, outplayed you. Obviously, when they're shooting well, they're a good basketball team.
Yeah, they are. I mean, they beat us in every phase of the game. I thought we did a lousy job defensively, and they capitalized on it.
from your team's perspective, obviously not playing as well right now as you were, say, 2 weeks ago. Health a part of that, obviously, but what do you think you have to do to get back to where you were?
Well, I mean, you're being pretty kind when you say that. Let's be honest, we're playing lousy basketball right now. The boys know it. I know it. We've had to do a little bit of soul searching, and our attitude needs adjusting. When things go bad, a lot of times, it's easy to go ahead and, shut down a little bit. I think that's what we've done, and we've had to do a little bit of growing up this week.
Still tied for third in this league. Obviously, a lot of goals still within sight. Obviously, you'd like to move up in the standings in the league, and you'd like to move up in the power rankings as well.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt. I mean, that's, I'm a huge, opponent to the split, and this is where the split shows its ugly head, which is, the reality is that we're in a situation that we're going to be in the playoffs no matter what, and I don't think that's really fair to our kids or anybody else's kids. You should earn your way into the playoffs, and part of that, kind of in the back of your head, you realize there's a good chance we're going to be playing Jesuit here in a week or two, and it's a shame because I think it cheats all of the young men and women that play basketball in our state.
Best of luck to you this evening.
All right, thank you.
That's Coach Chris Beal of the Brother Martin Crusaders on tonight's game. He didn't mince any words, Bill. He said, we've been lousy. And we need to be better. And
yeah, it's exactly right.
Sincerity.
Yeah, I mean, he said it. The kids know it. He knows it. They got to get back into it, and they got to get themselves back underneath. I mean, this is not a typical Brother Martin team for this time of the year. We're usually playing much better ball than this. And I'm just saying the truth. Chris said the same thing. So we got to get back on the ball.
No doubt. And obviously when you play Jesuit, one of the things that's important is pace of game, because Jesuit can score, but they're going to do it out of their sets with a lot of movement, a lot of passes, backdoors, and threes. But if they get the lead on you, they can really control tempo.
Absolutely. They've done that for years and years and years. You know it's coming. You prepare for it. But there's not much else. The only thing you can do is you got to force your will upon them. You got to make the pace that you want it. Brother Martin likes to run, and we like to score off our defense. So we're going to have to do something to put some pressure on that Jesuit offense. And I think Coach Beal's got some tricks up his sleeve for tonight. Nothing unorthodox, but just some things that maybe he hasn't seen in the past, that Jesuit hasn't seen in the past from us. So he's got to do something to try to shake the cage.
Both teams have guys that can shoot the three, and it's interesting to see who's going to emerge in that regard in the game. Whether or not you see the likes of Will Landrew getting hot, or Noah Varnado, or even Nick Artigues, or Mike Hall for Jesuit, or for Brother Martin. Obviously, the guards are the guys to watch for in that regard from three-point range, and they've got some that can shoot it. Victor Tomlinson's been very good. Tyler Lally, obviously a streak shooter. Tyler Epps, certainly one of those guys. And so it's going to be interesting to see who's able to knock down shots. That's been a problem for Brother Martin of late, and obviously they need to shoot well from three-point range because of their lack of size. We don't see many teams with size, period. We talk about that all the time, but again, tonight, these are not teams that have really good size. Jesuit does have Drew Black, who plays quite a bit, and he's 6'6", who also plays on the football team at tight end, but other than that, you don't see a lot of size.
Right. Jason Stant, 6'5" senior for Brother Martin, but, he's not the bulky kind of guy, He's not the Will Clapp that we had a few years ago, or the Logan Mancusos, or guys like that. And, he's a little thinner. And, Black also, he's 6'6", he's only 200 pounds. So none of them are going to really bash around on the boards and bang it. But so rebounding will be a big key tonight.
And, of course, our camera shot showing you everything here at Conlin Gymnasium. And usually on a Friday night for a game of this magnitude, this place would be packed. But let's keep in mind what time of the year it is. You've got band, cheer squad out, Mardi Gras for the band, and the cheer squad's in Disney right now.
Right.
In Orlando for the Nationals. So you lose the support group. And, of course, a lot of students and even parents are out at parades tonight. I know a little bit about that from my own wife and my daughter, who are out there right now with one of the young men you taught. So they're out there doing that. So you're not going to see the normal crowd that you see here, which is usually a really good turnout and a frenzied crowd.
Right, and you got people that go out of town. They leave immediately after school, if they come to school on this day. And And so, yeah, the crowd's not going to be as big tonight, but that's not going to take away from the way these two teams play. It's still Jesuit versus Brother Martin. You're still going to have the competition on that floor. And the crowd sure would help, but they're going to still give it their all tonight.
No doubt about it. And it's going to be a game we think that it's going to be excellent tonight. Look, Brother Martin's got pride. They're not 26 points worse than Jesuit, and I expect they're going to put forth a supreme effort tonight. That said, the Blue Jays certainly have to be considered the favorite, not just with what they did to Brother Martin, but with the way they're playing. They're playing really good basketball right now. As mentioned, having won 3 in a row, and the way they've done it's been very impressive.
Right, but it's only been 2 weeks since Brother Martin reeled off four wins in a row.
Mm-hmm.
So it's ups and downs. It's ups and downs.
Yeah.
But give credit to Jesuit. They started playing their best ball at the right time of the year. It's exactly what you want from your team.
Yep, certainly you like to be peaking at the right time. I was fortunate to cover a phenomenal game last night, and that was an unbelievable setting over in Reserve. Packed house with people from both schools. Riverside beating Madison Prep 68-66, 2 of the premier programs in the state with just talent all over the floor. And it was one of those games that met expectations. Not just close, but the game was played at an extremely high level. High quality of play by really good players on the floor, and an electric setting too, because you look ahead to state and people ask me who are the best teams in Louisiana. Well, you have to put Rayville on top. They're undefeated and they beat Riverside. You got to put Scotlandville in that mix, obviously, with Riverside, with Madison Prep. Certainly you have to add a few others to that. I think Walker is a team that you'd put in that mix. I think Country Day is a team you put in that mix. And there are others too that are quite good that I've seen this year. Lafayette Christian is another good team and good program. They'll be there. St. Thomas More's got a good program, and they'll certainly be there. And I still don't discount University High. Good basketball team. Landry Walker, another good basketball team. I'm just thinking off the top of my head about the best teams in the state in all classes at this point.
Well, and there'll be some Cinderella team that'll pop up in one of those classes, too, that's going to make a nice run. De La Salle, I don't know if you mentioned De La Salle. There's another team that could make some noise in the playoffs. They're kind of playoff tested. Riverside and Madison Prep, I haven't seen a lot of Madison Prep over the years, but Riverside, you could play Riverside on the blacktop down at the corner playground, and it's going to be a frenzied pace game. It really is. So, you got to appreciate those kind of atmospheres.
Where De La Salle's concerned, the biggest concern there is whether Coach Kelly will even have a voice by the playoffs. That is an excited coach on game day. I don't know how he doesn't break his legs stomping the way he does all the time.
Yeah, he's getting a reputation for that. He's jumping up and down and stomping his legs. I think he does that stomping as a way to call plays, get attention to his players.
We rise now for the invocation and then the national anthem to follow here. Melody Williams will have the national anthem. First the prayer, and then the national anthem from Melody Williams.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen. Creator God, as we gather together this evening, we are mindful of the many gifts that you have given to the Jesuit and Brother Martin school faith communities. We thank you for the spirit of cooperation and friendship that you have fostered among our schools. May tonight's competition continue to be done with mutual respect as we pray for our athletes, for their protection from injury, and for the use of their talents. Bless also the coaches, officials, and fans that tonight's game will be played in the spirit of good sportsmanship for the enjoyment of all and to give honor to you, the giver of all gifts. And we say this prayer through your divine word in the heart of Christ. Amen. Ameto por Jesu, loved be the heart of Jesus. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we ride.
Melody Williams with an outstanding job with the national anthem. And now we present the starting lineups for tonight's contest. First of all, for the visiting Jesuit Blue Jays under the direction of Chris Jennings.
Number 0, Drew Black.
A 5'10", 170-pound senior, Michael Hull. A 5'11", 155-pound senior, Will Landrew. A 6'2", 175-pound junior, Nick Artigues. A 6'1", 180-pound junior, Zachary DeBlue. And a 6'6", 200-pound senior, Drew Black. It's Hull, Landrew, Artigues, W, and Black. For the Crusaders of Brother Martin, starting at guard, a 6-foot senior, number 5, Tyler Lally. Also at guard is a 5'9" senior, Tyler Epps. Also at guard is a 5'7" sophomore, Devon Moore. At guard, a 5'6" junior, Javier Perez. And starting up front is a 6'2" sophomore, TJ Small. So it will be Lally, Epps, Moore, Perez, and Small for the Crusaders, who are coached by Chris Beal, assisted by Joey Barnett, Tommy Smith, Evan Turkish, and Russ Williams. Chris Jennings, the head coach of the Blue Jays, and he's assisted by Jonathan Hernandez, John Anderson. Blue Jays will be in their road blue jerseys, white numerals, and white trim. Brother Martin in their white home jerseys, crimson numerals trimmed in gold. TJ Small will jump center against Drew Black to get this one started here from Bob Comlin Gymnasium. Glad you're with us, Ken Trahan, Bill Gallagher.
Hopefully Brother Martin's got a little home court advantage with the goals. We changed the cables holding up the goals.
There we go.
During the week. So.
We should note right away that Elijah Morgan is not starting this game. And,
no.
And that is a big change in this game where Jesuit is concerned. Their leading scorer not on the floor. Cannot tell you why, but that's obviously disappointing, and it makes things more difficult for the Blue Jays. Black and Small jump it up. Small wins the tap, and he gets it backcourt to Perez, who hands it now to his teammate, Devon Moore. Man-to-man defense, now to Perez. Left side pass, here's Epps. Tyler Epps goes baseline, cut off, needs help. At the left elbow to Moore. Right side now to Tomlinson. Tomlinson back out top to Epps at the right elbow. Left elbow pass now to Moore. Moore dribble penetrates, kicks to Perez. Now to Lally. Lally spins to the free throw line. Right corner pass Perez. Perez to Small. Jumper from 15, partially blocked by Black. Taken down by Brother Martin's Moore, and the shot is an air ball from Perez, and Jesuit comes up with the rebound. So the Blue Jays have their first possession as a result, and they go the other way. And so we get our first look at Jesuit on the other end of the floor. Left baseline drive, thrown away, loose ball, scramble, and a great job by Lally to run it down, who shoots the three. It's in and out. And the rebound is controlled by Jesuit. So the Blue Jays have the board and go the other way.
Referees are letting them play right now. There's 2 or 3 fouls so far, a couple of banging bodies, and nothing's been called.
Left corner pass now for Jesuit. W, another ball loose and another turnover. So that's 2 turnovers for Jesuit already in the game.
Brother Martin came out and playing his zone. It's kind of changed things up for Jesuit. That they weren't really looking for that. They weren't really looking for that off the zone, so they're got them a little confused and caused a turnover right there. A couple of turnovers on the first 2 possessions. 2
turnovers to get it started. No score here. We're at the 6:35 mark of the first quarter in this one. Here's Epps off the dribble drive, leans in, has it blocked again. It's pulled down by Small, and the shot missed here and pulled down by Black. So Jesuit coming the other way.
Brother Martin in like a 3-2 zone.
Might call out top.
And playing back off of it, too. Not
interesting defensive alignment. You don't see a 3-2 very often, do you?
Not very often at all.
Jesuit identifies, and they'll show some patience. They flash Black to the top. Now back him off, and Jesuit's just going to sit out there and be patient and see if Brother Martin wants to come guard. Under direction from Chris Jennings, who now says, let's go. Mike Hull will pull up and jump it up from 16. He's got it. So Hull just left alone. He just says, okay, I'll score it, and Jesuit has the 2-0 lead.
I think that's part of the plan for Brother Martin. If Hull's going to beat us, Hull's going to beat us. We're going to give him that shot at least to start off the game.
Small off the mark from 16. Rebound. Perez hustled beautifully and saves it to Hull. Not to Hull, but to Epps, and he scores. Tyler Epps with a basket and one. So Tyler Epps able to get it done here for the Crusaders.
Nice to see Tyler Epps moving well on that ankle that he banged up against Shaw. took it hard to the basket, drew the foul, got an and one.
So Drew Black commits the foul his first. Chance for the three-point play for Epps, second leading scorer on the team. As Tyler will tee it up for the free throw line. 66% on the year from the charity stripe.
Morgan just entered the game.
So Morgan is in. Free throw is off the mark, no good. So Elijah Morgan, leading scorer for Jesuit, is on the floor. We're tied at 2 at the 5:35 mark.
The zone breaker, Morgan.
Morgan to Hull. Hull, as they rotate the ball nicely, Will Landrew gets a touch. Everybody will get a touch in this offense. Here's Morgan right baseline. One bounce dribble, pulls up, double teamed. And now kicks it back out top. Morgan, dribble drive, layup, no good, but a foul. So he'll get to the free throw line. Elijah Morgan will shoot a pair.
Have to give kudos to Jesuit. Year in, year out, Jesuit is so patient and so disciplined with their offense. You got guys on the floor that know they're not supposed to shoot from this particular spot, so they're not going to shoot it. They could have a wide open layup, but if that's not what they're supposed to be shooting, they're not going to take it. So it's a very disciplined team.
Another thing you like about Morgan's game, not just the leading scorer at 18-5 a game, but a 79% free thrower, and he buries the first. Nothing but net. For Elijah Morgan, he's just been outstanding for this team this season. Morgan, 5'11", 160, a junior. Will take his time. Puts the second one up, and that is going in as well. So Morgan hits them both. Jesuit has a 4-2 lead at the 5:14 mark of the first quarter. In front court for Brother Martin is Devon Moore. Moore off the bounce, given some room. Now backs out, calls a play. Says clear out. This is Javier Perez. Perez back out top to Epps. Epps looking for the pick. It's not there, guarded by Landrew. Now to Perez. Angle right, Moore. Right corner pass, Epps. Epps looks down low for Small. It's not there, so he goes baseline, pulls up. Now to Small. Small on Black, backs in, can't shoot. Out top, Moore passed up the shot. Left corner, fake by Perez. Open jumper from 15 is good. Javier Perez knocks down the jumper, and Brother Martin has tied this game at 4.
Nice shot fake and a dribble hard to his right. Nice shot for Perez.
At the 4:30 mark, even at 4, here's Will Landrew for Jesuit. To Morgan, out top, back to Landrew. Got a guard, they can shoot from the perimeter, no question about that. Morgan again off the dribble. Inside pass knocked away, stolen by Small. Here comes Brother Martin the other way, third turnover for Jesuit. Left side pass, Epps faked the three, pulls up, jumps it from 15, he's good. Tyler Epps knocks down the jumper, and he's got 4 and a timeout. Jesuit at the 4:06 mark. Brother Martin has taken its first lead at 6-4.
That's a pretty good shot by Perez. The possession before, a good steal by Smart on the inside. He dribbles down, dishes back to Epps. Epps with another good shot fake, dribble hard to the right, pull-up jumper. A nice, easy 15-foot shot for him right there. Brother Martin's playing with a little inspiration tonight. It's exactly what they wanted to get out of this.
No doubt about it, and thus far, Epps, who's been banged up a bit, looks pretty good, Bill.
Yes, he does. It does look like he's. It looks like maybe he enjoyed the rest. Maybe he needed it too, because he came right from cross country. In fact, the day after the cross country meet, he scored 12 points for Brother Martin in a basketball game. So, he probably needed that week of rest also. Get his legs underneath him.
6-4 in favor of the Crusaders at the 4:06 mark of the first quarter. And here's Morgan bringing it across. Brother Martin's shown some different looks thus far. This time it looks like man-to-man defense, although they're sagging a bit. It's a 2-3 zone. It's a 2-3 zone now. There's a shooter, Landrew for 3. Bottom. Landrew, when he's hot, can really knock it down, and Will Landrew gets a triple. And Jesuit has a 7-6 lead with the assist to Morgan.
Yeah, that's a weak spot in that zone on the baseline.
And a very good shooter in Landrew. Here's Lally harassed. Crossing over, trying to find space, double team to Moore. Steps up, 15-foot jumper, back rim. Long rebound, fought for, and a good job by Javier Perez to come down with it for Brother Martin.
Good job on the board so far for Brother Martin.
Epps for 3 is not good, and Black will have the rebound for Jesuit. Quickly in front court, right corner, Landrew back out top. Hall, and now to Black. Beautiful pass on a give and go, and Mike Hall scores. He's got 4. Good pass by Black. Big man can pass it, and Jesuit's up 9-6. Beautiful entry pass. Speaking of entry passes, there's one. Small, and didn't shoot though. Back to Moore, dribble drive. Kick it left corner to Epps. Ball was tipped. Epps pulls up, slips, tries to recover, double team, threw it away. Turnover. Morgan comes up with the steal for Jesuit. Here they come the other way, and a whistle.
Epps got caught in a bad spot there. Got caught trapped in the corner. The only pass he had was to throw it back out.
Foul works against Perez, and that's his first personal. Second team foul against Brother Martin. And Jesuit will keep possession, leading by 3 at the 2:44 mark of the first half. Inbounds pass, Landrew saves it and gets it way out high down to Mike Hall.
Air ball by Morgan. You don't see that too often.
Not very much. Hall picks up his
Nice
bounce, backdoor
cut.
Morgan. Layup with the left hand is no good. And the rebound to Moore for Brother Martin.
Good execution that he just didn't finish with anything.
Here's Perez for 3. Got it.
He is.
So Perez knocks down the triple, and we're tied at 9.
Let's see
Perez with 5 points.
Let's see if Brother Martin changes that defense out of a made basket.
Harassing man-to-man here. Black finally able to get away from pressure to Hall.
Still in that zone. Still in that 3-2 zone.
To Morgan, right side to Landrew. Landrew one bounce dribble, cross court now to Morgan. Guarded by Moore. Under 2 minutes to play in the first, tied at 9. Landrew open for 3 again, and he missed that one. Off the heel on the rebound control by Moore again. Little man with 3 rebounds. Off the dribble drop, he'll go all the way. He's blocked, and he'll get fouled, and he'll shoot 2. Now I believe it was Morgan that got him.
Brother Martin playing with some spring in their feet right now, in their legs. They're making the pressure. They're playing at a pace that they like right now.
First foul on Morgan is the third team foul on Jesuit, and at the line to shoot 2 is Devon Moore. Devon played football this year, the sophomore at 5'7". 3 boards in the game, looking for his first point, and he's not getting it. In and out.
Can't do much about that one. That went all the way down and came back out.
Moore trying to give Brother Martin the lead here. Puts it up and in, and Brother Martin has a 10-9 lead at the 1:46 mark here in the first quarter. Here's Morgan, out top Black, lane area Morgan, fall away 12-footer, good. Elijah Morgan from Black. Again, Black's a good passer for a big man.
A great pass right there, and then the shooter's touch from Morgan.
Jesuit back up 11-10 at the 1:28 mark. Here's Moore, between the rings, working the dribble. Guarded by Hall. Right side of the floor, picks up his bounce, needs help, out top Perez. Perez, right corner pass, Moore, open look for 3. He's no good, and the rebound is controlled by Jesuit. Will Landrew has that. Landrew will take it up court himself. Landrew to Hall. Hall to W left side to Morgan. Morgan left baseline W. Now looking at the hoop out top. Landrew swing it right side. Hall is wide open. Not looking at the basket though.
So there's only
challenging him to shoot.
There's only certain guys on the field on this floor that can shoot 3-pointers for Jesuit. I think Brother Martin's identified that.
Here's Black from about 12, bottom. Drew Black, the assist from Morgan. And Drew Black playing well his first 2, but he's played a good floor game, and it's 13-10 Blue Jays on top with 35 seconds to play in the first. Perez, right corner pass Lally, hasn't been able to get a shot yet. He does here, forced that one and missed the rim. Black rebounds. Jesuit can play for 1 now if they'd like. And they will, with instruction from Chris Jennings.
And I think Brother Martin's going to let them do it. They've been playing a sagging offense, letting them take that outside shot, but Jesuit's not always taking it. They're looking to get it inside. We got to tighten up our inside defense.
Ball knocked away, loose, still on the floor, and they're going to have a kick ball turnover to Brother Martin with 2 seconds left. 4th turnover of the game by Jesuit. Blue Jays will substitute here. They'll come in with Robert McMahon right at the end of the quarter for defensive purposes, and they also come in with Nick Artigues.
And something to notice here with Brother Martin, they've gone the entire first quarter with their starting 5. Usually Chris has got 8, 9, 10 guys in the game by this time, and sometimes he's got guys back in the game that he's taken out. So a little bit different strategy for the Crusaders. And here's our coach of the year, our teacher of the year out here wiping the floor.
Chris Beal.
Bringing the towel out. That's why he was
job,
teacher of the year.
very valuable to this school in so many facets. So they get that taken care of. Ready to go with 2 seconds left to play. Pass knocked away by Morgan. Perez retrieves, half-court heave, short, end of the first, 13-10 in favor of Jesuit. We'll take the timeout. You are watching and listening to Brother Martin Basketball on CrescentCitySports.com and on WGSO 990 AM and at WGSO.com. Second quarter begins. Jesuit 13, Brother Martin 10. Ken Trahan, Bill Gallagher with you. Chip Merritt, Matt Merritt taking care of business on the Crescent City Sports side. And BJ Rust in studio at WGSO. Here's Elijah Morgan for the Blue Jays, who get the first possession of the quarter. Morgan has man-to-man pressure, got by his man, got to the paint, got bumped, and he's fouled. But Morgan able to blow by his man creates an opportunity here.
Yeah, Morgan known a lot for his outside shooting, but he's taken it hard to the basket a couple of times here. Got a shooter's roll on one of those, missed the other one, got fouled on this one. So
Noah Varnado in for Jesuit. He's a perimeter shooter for Chris Jennings. So Varnado is in, the 6-foot junior. Here's a jumper, baseline, air ball. Ball is on the floor, fought for. Big scramble, great hustle by both sides, and a jump ball is called, alternating possession to Brother Martin. The Crusaders get it back down by 3.
I'm wondering if Morgan maybe had a relapse of the flu he had before. He didn't start.
Don't know.
And, you know, his shot, that's 2 air balls for him tonight.
Scored 4 points in the first quarter, tied for team honors at this point. Brother Martin ball here. Here's Devon Moore dribbling across the top of the circle to the right elbow, and a whistle away from the ball. We're going to get an offensive foul called away from the ball, and that's going to be against Perez.
Brother Martin's trying to work a screen for Tyler Lally, get him open at the top of the key. Perez with an offense setting the screen at the wing, and he kind of stuck his elbow out and hooked the guy. It was a good call.
13-10, Brother Martin on top. Here's Varnado. Varnado to McMahon. McMahon right side of the floor. W in the painted area. Has it knocked away as Ortiz got it. Now right baseline. This is McMahon. McMahon, angle right, W. Cross-court pass. Here's a look for Varnado. Didn't want to shoot yet. Got a Morgan on a weave. Morgan backs it off, crosses over. The entry pass is beautiful for the layup to Varnado. What a great pass by Morgan.
Nice pass. Really had his eyes open, saw the floor, saw the open man, and just threaded the needle.
It's his third assist already, and it's 15-10 Jesuit on top. Dribble drive Perez. Nice pass to Small, but a whistle and an offensive foul. No, they're going to call a block. We'll call a block, and I believe that'll be, let's see who they're calling it on. I think it's 22, McMahon. No, it's going to be Ortiz. So Ortiz gets his second, the fourth on Jesuit. So Ortiz with 2 for Jesuit, Perez with 2 for Brother Martin.
And that was on the pass, so Brother Martin's getting the ball out underneath. And the first substitution for Brother Martin in the game, Victor Tomlinson enters.
As we've seen over many years, Jesuit will take charges on a continual basis, along with Newman probably more so than any other teams you'll find. Open shooter for 3 is Epps. He's got it.
What a nice play.
Tyler Epps.
Little screener, got the pass into the low post, but we dumped it out to Epps in the corner for a 3-point shot, and he nails it.
It's 15-13. Here's McMahon baseline. Nice pass to the cutter for the layup. Blocked away, but Black pulls it down. Angle left pass now. Varnado, left corner, open shooter from 12 is good. Yeah, that's Robert McMahon with the basket. So McMahon knocks it down, and Jesuits back up 4 at 17-13. Devon Moore calls the play with one hand, dribbles with the other. Jesuit man-to-man defensively. Right side of the floor to Lally. They haven't been able to get him going yet. Lally with the ball now. Lally dribble drive, pulls up, and before the shot, we had a timeout call by Brother Martin. So it's 6:05 to play here in the first half. It's 17-13. Brother Martin on top. Crusaders have substituted Victor Tomlinson, and he's a guy that can certainly hurt you from the perimeter.
Yeah, now they got Nick Turner in there. He's a guy that can drive it to the goal a little bit, so he's making some substitutions here, getting some guys some time, trying to shake things up a little bit and keep Jesuit on their toes. I mean, it's a good game so far.
17-13 Jesuit on top. And what about the pace of the game so far? Does it favor either team?
Actually, I think right now it favors Brother Martin. I think Jesuit's trying to play a little faster than they usually do. At Brother Martin, this is the pace they want. They want to move the ball up the floor. They want to get some more possessions. They want to make something happen off their defense and bring it down the floor, get some steals and bring it down the floor and score.
6:05 to play in the half. 17-13 our score. With the Blue Jays on top, Crusaders ball in front court.
Be nice to get a basket out of bounds again.
More inside. Boy, they had it, fumbled it, got it back. Bounce pass down low by Turner's knocked away. It's on the floor and stolen, a turnover. The second for Brother Martin. Now Jesuit has possession as Patrick Schwing is in the game for Jesuit. Right corner, Varnado in the painted area. There's Schwing, left baseline, open jumper, Black, no good, but an offensive board from McMahon keeps the possession alive.
He's got to do a better job of blocking out.
McMahon skip pass, left corner, wide open look for Schwing, and he's off. And rebound Black, though, skying high at 6'6". Put it up, no good. Rebound finally cleared by Small for Brother Martin.
A lot of opportunities there for Jesuit. They weren't able to hit on any of them.
Dribble drive, jumper 5 short, put back, no good by
rebound.
Turner. And then a good job by Moore to keep it alive on the opposite side.
Yeah, good weak side rebound by Moore. Snuck in there. Coach Jennings is really getting on his kids about not blocking out right there. And Moore gets fouled going up.
Varnado with his first personal. The 5th team foul is committed by Jesuit. And at the free throw line to shoot 2 is Devon Moore. He's 1 for 2 from the line for 1 point in the game. First free throw is up and in. Moore with his second point. Makes it a 17-14 lead for the Blue Jays. First quarter had 5 lead changes, by the way.
That sounds a lot better to me than the first game.
Second free throw Moore. That is too strong. Rebound tipped around, controlled by Jesuit, and here comes Schwing the other way. So missed opportunities at the line for Brother Martin. In the middle, all alone, McMahon turns, and we get a kick ball called. Blue Jays keep possession. Baseline in front court.
I would expect Brother Martin to be in a man-to-man out on the out of bounds.
Here's Beal extending to the baseline to watch, hands on his legs.
Good defense.
Over the top pass, way in back court to Varnado. Varnado being harassed
Made him
by
pull
Tomlinson.
up his dribble way up high. Very good defense.
Sure did. But they still keep it, and W drives, kicks it down low. Nice pass to Black. He's no good, but he's fouled. Black will go to the line to shoot 2. Nice extra pass made by Jesuit and McMahon.
Yeah, brother. Jesuit looking for the open man. They're taking their time. They're getting a little settled in against this defense now. Brother Martin needs to shake it up things, maybe change defenses a little bit.
Drew Black at the line to shoot 2. He's been very active. 2 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists for Black. He's been in the middle of pretty much everything.
Another good free throw shooter for Jesuit.
Buries it. Good teams shoot good free throws. He's 81% on the year. Not the guy you want to foul. Brother Martin will go with some size here as they come in with Stant. Jason Stant got a start on senior night. He's 6'5". Black with his second free throw. That's perfect. Boy, good touch. He's got 4. Blue Jays at 19-14 now. A 5-point lead is their biggest of the game. Here's Moore to Lally. Lally goes to the baseline off the drive. Leaner from 7 is in. So Tyler Lally gets his first bucket of the game to cut the deficit to 3.
Yeah, they need to get him going. They need him to score some points if they're going to stay close in this game.
Mike Hall. Bounce pass now to McMahon. McMahon, right side of the floor, picks up his dribble, needs help. Left corner pass now finds Hall. Hall given space. He's not looking at the basket. His pass down low is knocked away, but it's retrieved in the right corner by Schwing. Schwing back to Hall. Hall out top to Black. Black gets it to Schwing. Schwing, right elbow. Dribble drive, cut off, gets it back now to Hall. Jesuit very patient on the weave now. Here's W. W on the weave to Schwing. Schwing reverses it. Schwing now to Robert McMahon. McMahon with 4:10 to play in the half. And a 3-point lead for the Blue Jays. Picked up his dribble. Now to Black. Jesuit very deliberate here, as they are apt to do. Looking for that backdoor cut.
I like this defense that Tomlinson is playing. They're playing really tough. He's right in there. He's right in there, right close, facing up with them.
McMahon to Black. Now to Hull. Hull about 25 feet away. Right elbow, picks up his dribble, needs help. Almost a 5 there, but he gets it across court to Schwing. Schwing, guarded by Turner. Left side pass now to Hull. Hull will shoot the 3 now, and he doesn't make it. And the rebound controlled by Turner for Brother Martin, and he's fouled. So long possession for Jesuit. That's nothing. And a foul against Schwing, his first.
They came up with nothing out of that possession. I think Brother Martin's got to be thrilled with that. They'll let that time run off the clock if they can get that kind of ending on a possession like that.
6th team foul on Jesuit. Next will put Brother Martin at the free throw line with 3:35 to play in the half. Blue Jays by 3. Here's Devon Moore. Top of the circle. Picks up his bounce to Stant. Stant hands it back now to Tomlinson. Tomlinson bounce pass right side now to Moore. Moore off the drive. Crosses over beautifully, got to the sack and scored.
He just dissected that double team right there. When he drove to the goal from the wing, he just drove right through them.
And it's a 1-point lead for the Blue Jays. Here's Morgan back in the game, handing it to W. W to Hull. Hull right side to Landrew back in the game. Now to Morgan. Morgan dribble drive. Got to the sack, got blocked, got fouled by Stant. Well, Stant got the block, but had to get him with the knee or body there, and Morgan will shoot too.
Yeah, we don't have the best angle from here. We're kind of behind that right there. It was a clean block as far as it goes with the ball, but he probably got him with the body. Student body had a better look at it. They still didn't like it, but it probably was a good call.
As we have a chance to see that replay at CrescentCitySports.com, here is leading scorer Elijah Morgan. Very good free throw shooter, as mentioned. 2 for 2 on the night, and now 3 for 3. Such a big asset to have a good free throw shooting team. You win close games that way. Robert McMahon checks back in for Jesuit, replacing Mike Hall. So Morgan off the bench now with 5 to lead Jesuit, looking to add another point to that 2-point lead. And he does not. And the rebound is cleared by Tomlinson, so it's 20-18. Blue Jays on top. Tomlinson pulls up, fakes, got his man in the air, but didn't look to shoot. Now to Moore, free throw line extended. Moore keeps the dribble alive, now picks it up. High post to Stant. Stant getting it to Lally. Lally guarded closely. Long 3 ball coming way off the mark, and it's controlled by Jesuit. Good defense. McMahon with the board. Down to Morgan. Morgan got to pick out high for 3. He's no good, back rim. Long rebound to Tomlinson for Brother Martin. Tomlinson front court to the 2:25 mark. Left corner, small for 3. No. Long rebound controlled by Jesuit and McMahon.
Yeah, you got to follow your shot on that. You don't really expect the three-pointer to come back at you, but if he follows his shot, he got the rebound on that.
Good hustle.
Made up for it on defense.
By T.J. Small. They knocked that one out of bounds. Jesuit maintains possession up 2, and Brother Martin will come back with Tyler Epps.
Got a nice hug from Coach Tommy Smith on the sidelines there.
All coaches love players that get floor burns, that dive after balls, knock balls out of bounds. Everyone loves those guys. Here's McMahon, right side of the floor. Bounce pass, right corner, W. W to Landrew, now to Black. Black to Morgan. Crossover dribble, crossover again. Morgan to the paint, and it knocked away. Fought to get it back and save the possession. What an effort by Morgan. To Landrew. Landrew back to Morgan. Morgan, right corner, Black. Black, top of the circle, McMahon. McMahon down to Morgan. Fakes, penetrates. Leaner from 10 is good. Boy, he's silk. He's smooth. He's good. He's got 7. And it's 22-18 Blue Jays. Here's Devon Moore, front court, right baseline to Small. He walked with the basketball. Turnover, Brother Martin will be their 3rd. Good idea to try to get to the sack, but took the step before he put it on the floor.
Yeah, tried to get there a little bit too quickly. I like the defense that Brother Martin is playing right now. Here comes Victor Tomlinson back in the game. To me, he's been a real spark plug in this second quarter for them.
And it's been a pretty clean game to this point. Only 7 turnovers combined for the 2 teams. And you would expect that from these teams. They're well coached. Here's Morgan double team to try to trap him, but he cleared it nicely to Black. This is McMahon. Threw it away. Moore on a breakout. Moore to the hole. Left hands it. No good. And the rebound controlled by Morgan. Morgan the other way.
Nice pass again.
Nice pass to Black. Well, Morgan is good, isn't he?
Morgan might not be having his best shooting night ever, but he's making up for it with his other play on offense.
He's got 5 assists already, and it's 24-18. The other way, here's a good drive and a foul drawn. So 2 shots are coming from Devon Moore as he's able to get to the sack and draws the foul from Drew Black. And that's the 2nd on Black.
That's 2 good drives by Moore and 2 straight possessions for Brother Martin. He just didn't get the layup on that first one. You know, rolled out right out, but he got fouled on his second shot right here. Hopefully he can make these 2 free throws and cut into this lead.
24-18 lead for the Blue Jays, and here is Devon Moore at the line to shoot 2. Moore has 4 points in the game, and he is 2 for 4 at the free throw line. Right hand's the first up, and that's going to be no good. So again, just 2 for 5 from the line. And Noah Varnado checks back in for the Blue Jays.
Well, you only got a minute and 1 second left to get Varnado in as another outside shooter. Jesuit may be holding it for 1 shot.
At the 101 mark.
They certainly have shown that they can hold the ball that long.
Second by Moore, that is also no good. And the rebound is controlled by McMahon. Missed opportunities for Brother Martin. Jesuit on a 5-0 run with the ball under a minute to play in the half with a 6-point lead. Will Landrew. W, nice give and go pass and a missed layup, put back good. Noah Varnado on the rebound and score. He's got 4. Jesuit winning pretty much all phases right now. They're up 8 at the 38-second mark. It's good job to be aggressive Don't assume the layup's going to be made.
Exactly. You got to follow it. You got to follow. You got to have somebody else following it in case it comes off.
Varnado doing that extremely well. Brother Martin will play for the last shot here. 20 seconds left to play in the half. And a timeout here. Or let's see, they stop
I think
play.
Moore's got a little blood on his
Okay, so they
arm
stop
or
play for
something.
that. So they'll have to.
He's going to come out the game. Trainer will take care of him.
Shane Griffin wants to check in.
Ooh, dangerous pass.
Saved it, though. With 14 seconds left, dribble drive. Tomlinson all the way. No. Strong rebound. Small scores.
Nice play by TJ.
TJ Small, big basket, makes it 26-20. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Dribble drive, layup, no good. And they call a blocking foul at the buzzer. And 2 shots are coming for Jesuit as McMahon hustled it up the floor, got to the basket, draws the foul from Griffin. And 2 free throws are coming with no time on the clock.
I hate to say it, but I think that was a good call. He tried to get there, but he shuffled his feet right when he got before the contact. I don't think he was set. I know there's some upset people.
Number 4, Shane Griffin, his first personal, 7th team foul.
So here is
Robert
McMahon all along to shoot 2 at the free throw line. McMahon 67% on the season.
What an athletic play on the other end by TJ Small there, though. Fought hard for the rebound, a little turnaround spin move for the jumper and swished it.
Well, Jesuit shooting free throws well, and Brother Martin is not.
Jesuit conceding this rebound here. Not much you can do with a second, but you still want your shot at it.
13, Jason Stamp.
Jason Stamp back in for Brother Martin. So McMahon with 3 points thus far looks to make it 4 and stretch the lead to 8. Beautifully done. McMahon with 4, 1 second left in the half. Full court pass, caught by Stamp. They can't put it on the floor. And no, too late. You had not enough time to put the ball on the floor, unfortunately, and I think it was the right call, Bill.
I think it was too. I wish it would have had another tenth of a second left here. We can look at it on replay. Can't see. I can't tell from the clock.
I thought with the naked eye it was just late. And I mean, they made the pass beautifully. I thought once he caught it, he had to turn and shoot.
I can't believe he was that wide open that Jesuit let him catch the ball that easily.
Right. So we arrive at the half, and Jesuit on the strength of a strong second quarter, leading Brother Martin by the score of 28-20. We'll take the timeout. Back with our halftime show in a moment. Glad you're with us. You are watching and listening to Brother Martin Basketball at CrescentCitySports.com and on WGSO 990 AM and at WGSO.com. Jeez, Country Day's playing Jehovah Jireh tonight, man. Another power. where the Jesuit Blue Jays lead the Brother Martin Crusaders 28-20. Along with Bill Gallagher, I'm Ken Trahan. We are glad that you've taken time to be with us here this evening. And if you want a bank that was ranked among the tops in the nation for business banking, Hancock and Whitney Bank has you covered with nearly 200 locations across the Gulf South. So stop by today. Learn more at HancockWhitney.com. And this evening's coverage is presented in part by Ye Olde College Inn, a true New Orleans farm-to-table restaurant. Open Tuesday through Saturday for dinner, and the home of the New Orleans Prep Sports Hall of Fame. That's Ye Olde College Inn on Carrollton Avenue. Well, the Jesuit Blue Jays led 13-10 at the end of one, stretched that lead to 28-20 by halftime on the strength of a 7-0 run in the second quarter. Elijah Morgan off the bench for 7 points and 5 assists for Jesuit. Drew Black has been a major factor, 6 points, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists for Jesuit. Robert McMahon, 4 points and 4 rebounds. Noah Varnado with 4 points. Mike Hall has 4 points. Will Andrew with 3 for the Blue Jays. And for Brother Martin thus far, it's kind of a spread-out effort. Tyler Epps has 7 to lead the way, including a 3-ball for the Crusaders. Devon Moore with 4, but he's missed 4 free throws. Javier Perez with 5. TJ Small with 2. Tyler Lally held to 2 in the first half as well. Turnovers have been minimal in this game. We really haven't seen either team give the ball away much. 5-4 in that department. Jesuit with 5. So, Bill, a pretty clean half. Thus far, Jesuit just a little bit better.
Well, but Jesuit's shooting a little bit better. They're shooting close to 50%, 48% to the Crusaders, 33%. But it's the free throws right now. Jesuit's shooting 88% from the free throw line. Brother Martin's shooting 29%
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah, that's the difference right there. That could cut this lead less than 4 points. You could make it a one-possession game right now if they had hit some of those free throws. Rebounding is not that bad at all. Jesuit has a slight advantage, but it's not as bad. It's really the shooting right now. So Brother Martin's got to get their shooters back. Jesuit has done another good job putting the clamps on Lally. Jesuit shooter Morgan not having his best night, so I think it's going to come down to the supporting cast of each team to see who can help out the most.
Well, Morgan and Black have been the best players on the floor on either side thus far. Black using his length, and he's a good passer for a big man too, as I mentioned. And then, of course, Morgan with his ability to dribble, penetrate, can create. He's got 5 assists in the game, and that's, if you're not shooting it all that well, you can win in other ways, and he's doing that by distributing the basketball. So, very good player. Did not start the game, but obviously has made a tremendous impact on this game to this point in time. As Jesuit back out on the floor, Brother Martin will be back out shortly, warming up. And, as you've seen thus far, you talked about the numbers, and we've discussed that at length in terms of where the game is thus far. The pace is probably, I guess, how we expected it to be.
I think it is. It's not like it was last Saturday when they played each other. I mean, Brother Martin was just never in that game. They never did have any kind of pace getting to go. Tonight has been much better. They've been able to come down and run their offense some. They've been able to run it when they want to. And the same thing with Jesuit. Jesuit has had some really good long possessions in that first half. One possession that ran at least a couple of minutes there and ran some time off the clock. So they're running their offense real well. Brother Martin's trying to get their offense going still. They need to shoot the ball. They're driving well to the basket, so that's really the shame of them not being able to hit those free throws. They're driving hard to the basket, getting fouled, getting to the free throw line. They just have to convert.
Yeah, so, I think it's a situation where, possessions become important. You start counting possessions because Jesuit typically doesn't turn the ball over, and they can control pace. So with that in mind, when you look at what the way the game's unfolding, you must take advantage of your opportunities when you have them. You mentioned the rebounding. Jesuit, a very slight edge there, largely due to Black and McMahon. Black with 6 boards, McMahon with 4. But Brother Martin has done a pretty solid job of holding their own in that regard, with Devon Moore and Small doing a pretty solid job rebounding to this point in time. We mentioned turnovers, not really much of a factor at all in this game, and it all accounts to a 28-20 lead at the half for Jesuit. Want the bank named Gamut's best local financial institution for 2016? Well, then you want Hancock and Whitney Bank with nearly 200 locations across the Gulf South. So stop by today. Learn more at HancockWhitney.com. As you look forward where these two teams are concerned, Jesuit will host Archbishop Shaw next Wednesday evening. Brother Martin entertains leading St. Augustine on Monday night, so it's out of the proverbial fire and into the frying pan where Brother Martin's concerned with St. Augustine coming in here on Monday night. Certainly the two best teams in the league to date, with all due respect to Holy Cross and any others. And St. Augustine handled Brother Martin the first time. Just a really good defensive team and rebounds the ball well. That's what St. Augustine is.
Yeah, well, record-wise, St. Augustine and Jesuit are head and shoulders above the rest of the teams, not to take anything away from us or from Holy Cross or Rummel. Yeah, and this is the way the schedule goes. This is the hand you're dealt. You got maybe the two top teams in the district at home in the second round. That's great. But you got to go on the road to finish up at Rummel. So it's 3 tough games that the Crusaders have starting with tonight's game.
Both coaches have rotated players pretty liberally in this game, and that's not unexpected. And we'll see how they approach the second half of play as Jesuit carries an 8-point lead into the second half of this one. It ought to be pretty good. So ready to roll with the second half. So Blue Jays are back on the floor, and once again they do not start Morgan in the second half. So they're bringing him off the bench.
Yeah, it looks like they got the same starters that began the game. I'll be curious to see if there's any wrinkles left defensively for Brother Martin to start this half. We'll see right off the bat. Jesuit gets the ball to start the half.
They will at center court. So Jesuit ready to roll. And here we go. Mike Hall brings it across the timeline. Brother Martin will start man-to-man defensively. Hall, right corner to Landrew. Landrew to the top with a cross-court pass now to WW to Landrew for 3. Short off the rim, and the rebound to Small. And TJ Small gets his 4th. Quickly the other way. Here's Epps. Letterman scoring in the first half to Lowry. They'd like to get him going. Lowry with a runner. That's off the mark. Controlled by Black. His 7th board of the game.
Tough shot. He drove to the left, tried to shoot a jump shot off the right. He had his feet wrong.
Giving him no space on the perimeter. There's a nice bank shot off the window by Hall. He's got 6. Jesuit has a double-digit lead for the first time at 30-20 at the 7:20 mark of the third quarter. Here's Moore. Right side pass to Epps. Jab step, free throw line area, kicks it to Moore. Left corner, Perez, and they passed up the shots to Epps. Here's Moore in the lane from 7. Won't go. Rebound Black. He's totally dominating the boards. Drew Black.
For Brother Martin, Tyler Epps was hot to start the game, but he's really cooled down. They need to get him back
Free
involved.
throw line, Black knocks it down. The assist to Mike Hall, and Jesuit has opened up a 12-point lead, really establishing some dominance now in this one.
Yeah, certainly not the way Brother Martin wanted to start this half. They've given up really 2 good shots, and they haven't been able to score offensively.
Black's been outstanding for Jesuit. This is Perez. Small, free throw line, leans in, kick it back to Moore, not looking to shoot. Now to Perez. Perez, nice bounce pass to Moore and 1. Beautifully done.
That was a really pretty pass. He just bounced in, took 1 step on a drive, and just dumped off a nice little bounce pass underneath to Moore at the low post. Let's see if Devon can make a free throw.
Fouls on Mike Hall is first. First on Jesuit. And at the free throw line, Devon Moore with a chance for the 3-point play, has 6 points in the game. Devon puts it up and puts it in. 7 for Moore, and it's 32-23, back to single figures at 6:25 to play in the third. Here's Hall to Black. He'll shoot it from 17. No. Quick shot by Jesuit. You don't see that much.
No, you don't. No. Brother Martin changed their defense a little bit, gave Jesuit a different look. It wasn't quite the open shot that they thought they had.
Perez left corner. Dribbling back toward the top and rebalancing the offensive set. Perez, left corner, Moore. Dribble drive, finds Perez, not looking to shoot though. They're shading Lally all the way. They're not giving him any looks whatsoever. Here's a dribble drive. Epps from 7 is short. Air ball saved on the floor beautifully by Moore to Epps, and he will air ball it again, but he's blocked and fouled.
You know, I thought Epps got fouled on his first shot. I thought they got him on the arm a little bit, and they didn't call that.
Foul on Jesuit, number 11.
Nice hustle to keep the ball in bounds.
Mike Hall.
Looking at the replay. That's a tough call to make, too.
It is.
Looked like he was leaning. Hall was leaning back a little bit. If he had stayed straight up, he might have gotten that charge.
Sure, in the NBA, you got the restricted area.
Right.
That would have been a restricted area play, but you don't have that.
You don't have that here.
Here in the high school level. Here is Hall. Or rather, here's Epps at the free throw line to shoot two.
We've talked about that restricted line before, that maybe that might be a good idea at the high school level.
I think it would be. Tyler Epps with 7 points in the game. And now with 8 as he hits the first to cut the deficit to 8. And Jesuit will bring Morgan in, much like they did in the first half at about the same juncture.
So, yeah, we're right about where we started the half. 8-point deficit for the Crusaders, and Morgan just checked in. So, here we go.
Epps looking for his 9th point, and he's got it. 32-25 Blue Jays at the 5:38 mark, third quarter.
Looks like they're back in that 3-2, 1-2-2 zone.
Yeah.
Got to keep an eye on the guys in the corner.
Black finds the shooter, Landrew. Nope. Rebound Small.
Good box out by Small.
6 boards for Small. He's been a real factor.
Crusaders running.
Dribble drive, Perez found Small. Fakes, spins, fall away jumper. No. Rebound control by Elijah Morgan for Jesuit. Quickly the other way. What a beautiful bounce pass to Landrew, but he missed the layup. Small, another rebound. Boy, what a great pass by Morgan.
Great pass.
There's a foul on the other end.
And a foul on Morgan.
Morgan is a good player. I mean, he sees the floor extremely well. Smooth. He can beat you off the bounce, and he can shoot.
I didn't see that the first time we played them, but I think that was because he was too busy shooting. He had a really good offensive night, as did the whole team. But tonight, yeah, he's really playing. His passes are really exceptional.
Here's Devon Moore at the 5-minute mark. 7-point lead for Jesuit. Hands it to Epps. He slipped and fell and goes down. And here's a breakout for Landrew. Landrew to the hoop, and he'll score. Epps looks to be okay, fortunately, but a turnover for Brother Martin hurts. And Will Landrew on the other end picks up his 5th point of the game, and it's 34-25. And if you're wondering, yes, the answer is yes. Mitch Landrew in the house watching tonight, enjoying.
He's not at the parade.
He's here tonight.
Toasting the crews.
Saw him walk in earlier. So.
Oh, he probably has time to get downtown.
Perhaps. The 4:52 mark, 34-25.
A little scary situation there when Epps went down.
Sure.
You didn't know whether it was his ankle, a recurrence of what he hurt before, but it looked like it was a wet spot on the floor.
More dribble drive, creates for Perez, steps up for 3. Nope. Hustles to go get it, saved it, but can't keep it in bounds. A good hustle by Perez nonetheless.
Good hustle by Perez. He took the shot.
Yeah.
And then he races all the way to the baseline and tried to save it.
He knew it was off immediately, so he went right to the spot where he thought it would be. He was correct, but couldn't quite save it.
And did exactly what he should have done underneath his own basket, try to save it.
Morgan for 3 off the dribble. Nope. Rebound control. Jesuit with some pretty quick shots lately. Lally with his first board. Lally off the bounce for 3. Nope. Tip long, controlled by Jesuit, and here they come the other way. Knocked away. Good defense on Morgan by Devon Moore. And Jesuit will maintain possession.
Good hustle back by Epps and Moore there to prevent that layup.
Victor Tomlinson back in for Brother Martin. Tomlinson replacing Epps.
Again, Tomlinson, my spark plug. Every time he comes in, he makes something happen.
Landrew for 3, bottom.
Can't leave that open on an out-of-bounds play. That's a defensive mistake by Brother Martin.
8 for Landrew, and it's 37-25 Jesuit with its biggest lead at the 4:05 mark of the third quarter. Here's Tomlinson. Kicked it away. It's on the floor. Scramble for the ball. Tomlinson got it back. Timeout, Brother Martin. A 30 with 3:59 to play in the third quarter. The Jesuits gotten that lead to double figures a couple of times here in the third quarter.
Yeah, they've gotten that lead. Brother Martin just answers it, and that's the kind of the game it is. You get these different runs. Brother Martin's got to get on a better run here to cut it. They cut it to 8 a couple of times, or 7 on this half. They got to dent into that a little bit more. Hopefully they can get a basket off this out-of-bounds play.
So a 30-second timeout to save the possession, essentially. Good hustle there to keep the ball by Brother Martin. Nothing wrong with the effort whatsoever.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. The effort's been there all night long for both teams. Neither team this half shooting very well. But the effort is there. I like the way both teams are hitting the boards. The rebounds are kind of close. Neither team giving an inch on the boards.
Tomlinson to bring it in bounds. Slaps the ball, looks for a cutter, finds Moore left corner.
Need to move it.
Moore pull up from 5.
Nice
yes, sir.
Shot.
Devon Moore with 9 to lead the Crusaders, and it's 37-27.
Looked like he was looking to pass the ball along the outside to get an open shot, but he took it baseline and scored. Nice little shot.
Landrew behind him, the McMahon in the paint. How about a 3? Nope, no 3-second call there. Skip pass right side, W. Pass knocked away, stolen.
One pass too many there.
Moore the other way. Moore dribble drive, leans in left hand, no good. Whistle, late whistle, and a blocking foul.
It's going to be on Morgan, I believe. Yes.
So Elijah Morgan has 3, and that's important. And we'll see if they leave him in at the line. Devon Moore, he's been there a lot. He'll shoot 2 here.
Jesuit's last possession, we're talking about that passing that they're doing now. I think Landrew made 1 pass too many. He had the ball in that low block. He could have turned around and shot.
First free throw is in. And Moore is the first Brother Martin player to double figures with 10. Cuts the lead to 9. Jesuit with a substitution. Noah Varnado is in for Will Landrew.
Epps came in for Lally here. Maybe they can work some of those plays that they've been trying to get Lally open on and work them for Epps.
Second free throw is
nice.
Good as well. Moore
got the roll.
Now hit his last 3. He's got 11 points. And it's 37-29, back to an 8-point game. Here's Morgan. Down low, nice pass. Got it to W, knocked away. It's on the floor, stolen by Brother
Good
Martin.
play by Brother Martin.
Here come the Crusaders the other way. Tomlinson, crossover dribble, left corner, Perez, dribble drive. Finds the open Tomlinson for 3. Perez.
What a nice play by the Crusaders. Driving it baseline, moving the ball around. Moore drives it hard and dishes it back out to Tomlinson at the top of the key. Beautiful.
Back to a 5-point game at 37-32. Crusaders turn up the intensity on defense. Morgan off the dribble as this crowd comes alive. Right side, Varnado down low. Blocked but a foul. As Nick Artigues caught the ball in a good position. The foul was on a reach in by Tyler Epps. His first, and the very first team foul on Brother Martin in the half. And here's Nick Artigues at the line to shoot a pair for the Blue Jays. He's only 48% from the line, so not one of their best in this particular facet, and shows why with the first.
Really short there. Not a bad foul now. They're only going to give up 1 point.
Lally back in for the Crusaders.
Crusaders, like you said, have turned it up a little bit. They've gotten it down into a 5-point deficit here. A nice little run that they've made to cut it from 12 to 5.
Artigues with his second free throw. That's too strong. And the rebound to Javier Perez. So Jesuit unable to cash in. Here's Lally off the drive. Lally in the paint. He's got it.
Got it. And we're into a one-possession game here.
At 37-34. Brother Martin's on a 9-0 run to cut it to 3. At the 2:25 mark, game on.
That's the kind of answer that I was talking about, how Brother Martin had to get an answer to Jesuit.
Open 3, Varnado.
Misses again.
Rebound, Tomlinson. Tomlinson on the run, attacking, pulls up, and needs help. Down low, knocked away. It's on the floor, picked up by Brother Martin. Dribble drive, runner, Epps is.
And it's in and a foul.
Wanted a chance for the tie. Tyler Epps with the basket. And a chance to tie this game as the foul goes against Nick Artigues, and that's his third. And the 15th foul on Jesuit. Timeout, 2:03 to play in the third. Brother Martin on an 11-0 run has cut the deficit to 37-36.
The Big M, the momentum has shifted back to the Crusaders. They're getting all the loose balls. They're now getting more excited on the boards. They're getting more rebounds, more active. Everything's going their way right now. They still need to make this free throw by Epps to tie this game up. They've come a long way. They dug themselves out of that 12-point hole and gotten right back into this ball game. And they've spread it around. Lally has scored. Perez has scored. Moore has scored. Epps has scored. They're moving it around. It's what I said. Maybe it's what I said at halftime. It's, you got to spread it around. We got to get some other guys involved in the game, and who's going to do it?
Epps will be at the line for the tie when play resumes. And he's really picked up his game, as you suggested. Now with 11 points and a chance for 12 momentarily. And you needed somebody to do that, and he's certainly been the guy.
Epps, a decent enough free throw shooter, shooting 66% on the season coming into the game.
Well, it's been Epps and Moore. Moore with 11, Epps with 11. They've carried the Crusaders in this one. Landry with 8, Black with 8 to lead Jesuit. For the tie, Tyler Epps. Can't convert, and the rebound is cleared by W. Stays a 1-point lead for Jesuit at the 2-minute mark of the third.
Let's see what Jesuit does out of the timeout. You don't want to just call a timeout to call it. You want to get something out of it. Let's see what they've got up their sleeve.
McMahon against the zone. Bounce pass down low. Hall. Here's Black. Pass knocked away. It's loose. Chased down by Perez.
There we go. Another loose ball that goes Brother Martin's way.
Certainly out hustling the opponent at this stage. The foul against McMahon. They've really turned up the defensive intensity, and that's what's keyed this run.
That's exactly what you want to see out of your press right there. When you adjust on your press from the ball on the wing and they're throwing it back up top, you want to be able to shoot that gap and tip the ball back towards your goal. That's what Perez did. Hustled down the floor, won the race, got fouled. Now Brother Martin will be shooting the rest of the way.
6th team foul, and that's huge. Crusaders ball front court, a chance to capture the lead for the first time since the first quarter. Perez all the way. Perez bump, no call. Nice pass. Small is fouled. And Small will go to the line with a chance to give Brother Martin the lead.
I tell you, for a second there, it looked like Perez was going to force a shot. But you know what? The Crusaders are playing too smart right now. That wasn't going to happen. Small ducked in and got fouled.
More importantly, Jesuit's 2 best players have 3 fouls each now. Morgan's sitting with 3, and now Drew Black has 3 as well. That's huge.
That's huge. Plus the fact now Brother Martin will be shooting the rest of the game. 1-1.
TJ Small's been a man on the boards with 7 rebounds. Got 2 points in the game. This is for the tie. He'll try one more. Jesuit will come back with Morgan and Small unable to convert the first. We'll try once more to even this score. 3rd chance they've had to tie it. TJ puts it up. He's short. And the rebound to Black. So Black playing with 3 fouls. Has 9 boards now. Gets it to Morgan, who's back in the game with 3 fouls.
Yeah.
Can they get through this third quarter without picking up their 4th?
They got both of them in the game.
Right. That's Will Andrew with the ball now.
That's a chancy move by Chris Jennings.
Here's Black at the high post. Open from 15. Rim. No. Rebound control by Brother Martin. This is Small. Boy, he's got 8 boards. Here's Perez, dribble drive. Perez all the way. Shovels it up. Oh, no good, but he's fouled. And Perez will go to the line with yet another chance to give Brother Martin the lead.
Almost the same kind of drive that he had the previous possession when he dumped it off to Small, but he put this one up. Probably not the highest percentage shot you're looking for, but he got himself to the line.
Will Andrew commits the foul. Free throw is up, and again they've missed another opportunity. Perez will shoot another. So how many chances do you have?
You got to shoot with confidence.
The good news is you're in the bonus. The bad news is you're in the bonus. Second one's up. He's got it, and they're tied. Perez with 6.
So it's a 9-minute, 9-second game.
Tied at 37. The run is 12-0 for Brother Martin. As we approach 1 minute to play in the third, tied at 37. Morgan, right side of the floor, W. High post, Black. Faces up. Passes down low. Back to Black. He's open from 5. No. Rebound, Small. 9th board of the game for Small. Front court, here's Tomlinson, a chance for Brother Martin to get the lead. With 40 seconds left to play in the third quarter. High post, Small. Looks back door, not there. Out top, Tomlinson.
Brother Martin running their offense. I don't think they're looking for one shot, though.
They have completely smothered Lally. Won't give him any space. Dribble drive, Tomlinson. Out top, Perez open 3. He is no good. Rebound over the back, Small. A foul on Brother Martin. Only the 2nd team foul on the Crusaders in the quarter, and the 2nd personal on Small.
Not a bad foul at all. It's only the 2nd team foul. It's only a small 2nd foul. It stopped Jesuit from getting the ball down the floor on a good outlet pass. So not a bad foul.
Jesuit to play for the final shot. 17 seconds left. Tied at 37. Now 8 seconds. 7. Morgan
nice
behind the back. Morgan, stutter step all the way to the hole. Leaner is no good. Rebound tip long. Morgan has it. Fires at the buzzer short. And that's the end of 3. And we're all even, folks. Let's start over again. Tied at 37 as we're set for an exciting fourth quarter. Glad you're with us. Back in a moment here at CrescentCitySports.com and at WGSO 990 AM and at WGSO.com. What a game we have. Gone to the fourth quarter tied. 37-37. Ken Trahan, Bill Gallagher with you. And Brother Martin will have the ball to start the fourth quarter. With another chance to take the lead. Here's Moore. High post pass to Tomlinson. Tomlinson with Stan having checked in for Brother Martin. Now out top to Moore. Left corner, Lally fakes. Lally's open. Lally for three. No. Rebound. Nice job by Jesuit to get it. That's Morgan, and he's fouled. That's on Stan. Stan commits his second as Morgan collects his second rebound. Third team foul on Brother Martin.
Another chance for the Crusaders to take the lead. Lally faked the three, stepped over a step, put it up, but it didn't fall. Stan on the rebound goes over the back. Not a bad foul again. It's only your third team foul.
Jesuit ball, chance to take the lead. Here's Black. Pass down low to Morgan. Beautiful cut. He scores. Again, the good passing big man. Black to Morgan. Good combination. Morgan with 9, and it's 39-37 Blue Jays. Back on top. This is Lally. Dribble drive. Finds the open man for three. Nope. Rebound controlled by Varnado. Varnado to Morgan. Morgan to Landrew. Landrew to Varnado. Varnado left side pass W. W out high to Morgan. Brother Martin in the zone. 1-2-2 look now for Brother Martin. Here's Landrew. Boy, they've really shifted their defenses a lot in this game.
Yeah, you don't want to give up Black at the top of the key, top of the free throw line.
Black flashing there frequently, and he's had open looks.
He's had open looks. He's missed most of those in the third quarter, but that's still a deadly shot.
Landrew, good shooter for three. Short off the rim.
Nice
block out
out
by Stan for the rebound. The other way, Tomlinson. Here's Moore out top. Moore dribble drive, cut off. Gets it to Tomlinson. Tomlinson dribble drive, leans in from 5. Too strong. Stan saves the possession and gets it back out top. Good effort by Stan. That's why they put him in for hustle minutes.
Yeah, they give him, steal a few minutes, get him in there, make a play if you can. Now they got Small ready to go back in, raring to go, but Stan gave him exactly what they've needed so far.
Moore off the drive to Lally. Lally dribble drive, leaner from 7. He's good. And Brother Martin has taken the lead. All right, it's tied the game. I should say 39-39. They've tied the game as Lally scores. We're tied at 39.
Got to keep your eye on Black on the inside. Do not let Black get the ball.
Under 6 minutes to play in the game. Tied at 39. Right side pass Landrew. Landrew, right corner pass W. Black throw it away. Lally has it coming the other way. Dribble drive Lally. He's blocked beautifully by Morgan. But Stan
with another hustle play.
And Stan continuing to keep possessions alive. And you can't underestimate that. Moore with a dribble drive, reverse it, too strong. Rebound Black. Black now with 10 rebounds in the game as he approaches a double-double. Morgan splits 2. Morgan loses it.
Victor Tomlinson, the spark plug.
Dribble drive. Here's Epps. Can't convert. Tip up. No good. Rebound Black again.
Boy.
Quickly the other way. Jesuit has numbers. Here's Morgan for 3. Morgan's good. Morgan knocks down the triple from Varnado on a timeout with 5:04 to play, and Jesuit leads it 42-39 as Morgan is now in double figures with 12 points. Frantic back and forth pace there.
Not exactly what Jesuit is known for doing.
30-second timeout.
You know, Brother Martin, they got to get themselves back to the line while they got this advantage. They're only shooting 8 of 17, so not even 50% from the line, but That's what they need to do right now. They shot a little bit better in the second half, so they got to get themselves to the line. Keep taking it hard to the basket, but shoot under control. A couple of those shots they've taken in the last couple of minutes have been a little bit wild, a little bit not under control. So they got to get a better looking shot.
So Morgan in double figures with 12 now to go along with 6 assists and a couple of rebounds. Drew Black 8 points, 11 rebounds, 3 assists. Will Andrew with 8 points for Jesuit. Devon Moore with 11 points. Tyler Epps with 11 points for the Crusaders. Brother Martin ball down 3 with 5:04 to play. Coming the other way, here's Moore. Moore between the rings. High post to Small. Small back to the basket. Turns and faces up. He'll put it on the floor. He'll drive. His runner's way off the mark. And the rebound, Varnado.
No backside help on the rebound either.
So Blue Jays up 3 with the ball. Here's Morgan. Morgan guarded by Perez. To Landrew. Right side pass W. Here's Morgan up top. Got to guard him. Knocked away. It's on the floor. Picked up by Jesuits. Varnado. Dribble drive. Finds an open Landrew in the corner. No. Rebound Small. He's got 10 of those now. TJ's done a really good job in that department tonight.
Brother Martin escaped there. Jesuit was in the groove running their offense but didn't score.
Tomlinson is Small. Fakes it. Dribble drive. Got to the paint. Fakes. Spins away. Fires it up. No good.
Nice rebound. Oh, I thought Devon had that
Coming
rebound.
down with it. Here is Varnado. Varnado the other way. Beautiful pass. Landrew finds W for the basket. Beautiful job by Landrew. And it's 44-39. W with his first 2. 5-point Blue Jay lead. 3:50 to play. Here's Devon Moore. Between the rings. Moore against man-to-man defense. Down low. There's Lally. Forced it up. Got it blocked. And cleared by Varnado. Well, Varnado with the block and rebound. Jesuit defense very good inside.
The Brother Martin offense has gone cold now. We're more than halfway through the fourth quarter. They only scored 2 points in this quarter.
Morgan dribble drive. B2, B3. Got to the sack. What a move. Taking over. Elijah Morgan. That's big time. And he'll go to the line with a chance for the 3-point play.
I think Brother Martin needs a timeout here to regroup before it gets out of hand.
Small commits his third. The lead is 7, and with Morgan at the line, a good chance it'll go to 8. Well, that's what great players do. Chris Jennings was screaming at his players to clear out for Morgan, and
sure,
he went by 3 guys and scored with the left hand and drew the foul.
Exactly. I mean, that's his game tonight. It's not his outside game. It's his game on the inside, moving to the basket and then passing off if he has to.
Morgan's free throw is perfect. He's got 15 to lead all scorers, and Jesuit with an 8-0 run has an 8-point lead here at the 3:22 mark. Critical time for the Crusaders. Tomlinson threw it away. Got a little bit too deep there, Bill, and tried to find Small, but no room there.
Tough pass to make. Tough pass to make along the baseline. There's your Brother Martin timeout.
Yeah, there it is. With 3:16 to play, it's full timeout, and it's the right time for that, isn't it?
It's the right time. You got to do something. You know, it's gotten away from you here on an 8-0 run. When you had the ball tied, you had a number of opportunities to take the lead. That didn't happen. So you're kind of maybe feeling bad about yourself. So you got to regroup here, rally the troops around and get themselves ready for this last 3 minutes and 16 seconds. You got to make something happen on defense, which they have done most of the game. They've really forced the issue defensively, but you got to make sure to take care of the ball offensively and score some of those layups.
So 3 minutes and 16 seconds to go. And it's 47-39 in favor of Jesuit. Elijah Morgan with 15 points and 6 assists. And he's done it off the bench tonight. Drew Black 8 points and 11 rebounds in the game. Brother Martin's got Tyler Epps with 11, Devon Moore with 11, but neither has scored here in the fourth quarter. Crusaders have only scored 2 points here in the fourth quarter.
It's critical. The offense is getting critical here now. You're not going to have that many possessions with the way Jesuit can run their offense, so you've got to make every possession count. You need to get a steal here. You got to get a stop defensively, put some pressure on them, make something happen, score off your defense. Get to the free throw line, score when the clock's not running.
Got it in the hands of Morgan. That's a pretty good idea for Chris Jennings. Brother Martin looks to trap. Jesuit gets it in front court to Landrew. Landrew is dribbling back toward the timeline, picks up his dribble, needs help. Brother Martin extends the defense, got the pass off though, and there's W. And now they lose it. So Jesuit
Yes,
turns
they got
it over
They
with
got
2:57 to play.
And, you know, Jesuit has this offense, and we've run it before, too. You call it high. You just pull your offense up to a little higher in half court.
Tomlinson in the hole draws the foul. So Victor Tomlinson hustles to the other end, got to the sack, drew the foul, will shoot two. So Tomlinson, a good job there as he draws the foul from McMahon.
Number 22, Robert McMahon, is
Second on McMahon. Two-shot foul. Here's Tomlinson with 3 points in the game, and now with 4 as he stops the Jesuit run by hitting the first free throw.
And now Brother Martin will be shooting 2 free throws, the bonus, the double bonus, the last 2:50 of the game.
4 points for Tomlinson.
correction, last foul, number 23, Noah
They changed the foul of Varnado, so it's his second. Not on McMahon, who had his first previously. Not much of a factor either way at this stage. Second free throw is also good by Tomlinson. He's got 5, and it's 47-41.
Full
the
court
lead
pressure.
6. They break it easily with Landrew in the middle. Waits for help. Finds help, and now it's knocked away out of bounds. Good hustle play there by Perez. Jesuit will keep it, and W will inbound.
All right, what you're going to have the last 2 minutes and 45 seconds is the skilled Jesuit players against maybe the more athletic Brother Martin players.
2:45 left to play.
Varnado comes out, one of their three-point shooters, so they're going to look to handle the ball a little bit.
McMahon. Brother Martin with 14 fouls, by the way, if you're thinking again. They have a couple of fouls to give.
They do. They can be a lot aggressive right now.
Artigues now to McMahon with 2:30 left to play and a 6-point Jesuit lead. 2-possession game. Here is W. W to Landrew. Landrew to Morgan for 3.
Oh, that's a killer.
Boy, he is such a good player.
That's a kid shooting with confidence.
Boy, Morgan has been the man when it's mattered for Jesuit. 50-41 Blue Jays, 18 for Morgan. An answer for 3.
Answer by Perez.
And that's a big answer. Keeps Brother Martin right in it. Perez with 9.
Now, I would be surprised.
50-44.
I would be surprised if anybody other than Morgan shoots threes tonight for the rest of the game.
Jesuit almost had a layup there, but they held on instead. Here's McMahon. Morgan for 3 again. Oh, my. He's taken over the game. Morgan again, the assist from Artigues. 21 for Morgan, and it's 53-44. The other way, Moore misses. Rebound controlled by guess who? Morgan, but he falls down, but Jesuit maintains possession anyway. Brother Martin trying to be aggressive and still they're going to have to foul soon at 53-44.
Got a foul.
And finally they give the foul with the 1:23 mark, and we'll send Robert McMahon to the free throw line, a 67% free throw shooter. Well, no free throws yet.
No, it's going out of bounds. They're not in the 1-on-1 yet.
They're not even close yet. Tomlinson the foul. As I mentioned, had a couple to give.
Another foul to give for Brother Martin.
Got to do it quickly here. You're going to have to give fouls.
Yeah, 9 points down. If you don't get a steal off the out of bounds, I foul again.
W to bring it in. Finds Landrew for the layup. And Landrew's hammered to the floor as well. A chance for the three-point play. So Landrew will go to the line with a chance for the three-point play. Perez draws his third. Landrew at the line with 10 points and a chance for 11, and the lead is now 11, and Jesuit's in control here. Landrew, another solid game with 10 points, the senior. Looking for number 11. Will puts it up, and he gets the roll. Soft touch, he's got 11. Jesuit's lead is 12 at 56-44 with 1:20 to play.
Take it to the goal. Get fouled on a drive, you get the basket, and you get to shoot with a free throw with the clock stopped.
That's a 2-point jumper, no good. And the rebound, Jesuit, they've got this one. McMahon with his 5th board. Here's Morgan. Morgan dribble drive. Morgan lays it up, no good. Boy, that's a quick shot. Small rebounds. His 11th with a minute to play. Moore all the way. Moore to the hoop. Moore scores for Brother Martin. Devon Moore with 13 makes it 56-46. 53 seconds left. Got a foul right away. Right
away in the backcourt.
Don't know why.
He walked. They got to call a walk.
With 47 seconds left, Brother Martin gets it back, down by 10.
You got to foul. You got to take a chance now. You got to put him at the line.
Next foul would put Jesuit at the line in the 1-and-1. 10-point lead. 47 seconds left. They'll mop up a wet spot once more in the painted area. before play resumes.
Probably caused the walk.
Could have.
This is one of those nights most gyms are probably sweating tonight.
That task having been dispensed of, ready to roll. Small to get it inbounds. And Epps will hustle it up for Brother Martin. 45 seconds left. Left side, Perez for three on a curl. Too strong. Rebound controlled by Jesuit. And Artigues gets it, draws the foul. Artigues will go to the other end to shoot the 1-and-1. Foul is on Devon Moore, and that's his second. And on the other end, here is Nick Artigues in the 1-and-1. Again, they're not their best free throw shooter, as we talked about earlier. 0 for 2 in the game, in the 1-and-1. Artigues takes his time, puts it up, and missed it. Back rim. Rebound will be controlled by Brother Martin. Quickly into the front court now. The other way. Layup is...
Oh, that one just rolled out.
But he'll go to the line to shoot two. So Devon Moore draws the foul. Will shoot two with no time off the clock. The foul is on Artigues, and that's his fourth.
That was the right move by Moore to take it hard to the goal and get fouled, which he did. He just didn't make the basket.
Unable to get the roll as it spun out on him. Devon's played a solid game here tonight, and he'll be at the line trying to add to that. 13 points for Moore. He's made his last 3 free throws after missing 4 of his first 6.
It's good to see this kind of effort out of Moore. He's been kind of hurting, kind of dragging a little bit. I think the long season has been catching up with him, but he's had a good effort tonight. A lot of hustle, a lot of heart.
So here's Moore. Not sure what we're waiting for here. 2 players at the scorer's table. A lot of talking going on, and finally, kept Moore waiting for a long time there. And he missed it.
And he iced him.
Tomlinson back in for Brother Martin. Black back in for Jesuit.
Tomlinson in for Epps. Absolutely looks like he's having a little trouble with that ankle. I think it's going to be something that'll bother him all year long, the rest of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe get him out on defense, try to make defensive substitution, because you surely want his shooting back in.
Well, it's been all about Elijah Morgan. 14 points in the fourth quarter. Just took the game over. Second by Moore. That's good. So Devon Moore with 14 makes it a 56-47 game. And there's your foul with 27.8 seconds to go. Still a 1-and-1. That's going to be against Tyler Lally, his second. 18 foul, so a 1-and-1 situation. But Jesuit has the guy they want there in Elijah Morgan. Again, 14 in the quarter, 21 in the game, 6 assists, 3 rebounds, and he's done it off the bench.
He sure has. He's done it in this quarter, I'll tell you. He's played a heck of a game in this quarter.
Free throw rolls in. He's got 22, 15 in the quarter. Brother Martin comes back with Epps. 10-point lead for the Blue Jays. Well on their way to winning their 4th straight in district play and staying a strong second in this league. Second free throw by Morgan. That's up, and that is no good, and the rebound small. He's got 13 unofficially.
Got to hurry, Brother Martin. Got to hurry.
Quickly the other way. Small
just
buries
like that.
the triple timeout. With 18.9 seconds left to play in the game, it's now 57-50. A 7-point lead, not done yet with 18.9 seconds left.
Not done yet. Not done yet. But if the outcome doesn't change, you were talking about staying close to St. Augustine. Jesuit's going to need some help because they don't play St. Aug again. They're going to have to pull for us Monday night to start with. They're going to need some help.
So with 18.9 seconds left, 57-50 Blue Jays on top.
It's still possible. If you don't get a steal off the inbounds, you foul right away, hoping that they make just 1 of 2, and you come down and hit a 2 or 3, and you trade 2 for 1, 3 for 1. Do that a couple of times, and then it can be done.
Both teams discussing strategy respectfully. And Every business needs a partner that they can trust. So go with Hancock and Whitney Bank, voted 2017's Best New Orleans Area Bank by City Business. See how they can help take your business to the next level at HancockWhitney.com. And today's coverage presented in part by Rock and Roll. Next Friday night kickoff Mardi Gras weekend at Rock and Roll, 3000 South Carrollton Avenue near Earhart. Blue Jay ball getting in bounds. Landrew, and the foul right away with 18 seconds left to play. Fouls on Lally, and that's his third. 19 foul. And on the other end, Will Andrew will shoot the 1-and-1. He's got 11 points in the game. Solid game for Will. Came in averaging 6.3 a game. So he's well in excess of that. Brother Martin inserts three-point shooters into the game all over the place, taking Small out. 1-and-1 is not good by Landrew. Here comes Tomlinson the other way quickly. Got to hurry now. Down low, Moore will shoot the layup, but they need cut the deficit to 2 possessions at 57-52 and call timeout with 11.8 seconds left. So Devon Moore
well, there you go.
Had 16 points in the game.
You made the foul right there. They didn't make it. You come down and you shoot a 2. You get a quick layup.
Yeah, and it was a shooter too, and Landry wasn't able to convert them.
You just got to keep doing it again.
Sure. Foul quickly. 1 5-star service from a financial institution you can trust. Hancock and Whitney Bank has you covered with nearly 200 locations across the Gulf South and products for businesses of all sizes. Learn more at HancockWhitney.com.
Stargazing tonight. I see Jay Romick in the house. Heralded coach Don Musselman. Saw Jimmy Tillett sitting up there somewhere.
Both teams back on the floor again. Brother Martin must go for the steal and then foul immediately if they do not get it in this situation.
Small back in for Epps on defense.
Inbounds pass. They got it to Landrew with space, and they finally get to him with 9.4 seconds left. Lally commits the foul, and that's his fourth.
Yeah, I see Chris Jennings over there, you know, with his arms crossed at the wrist, wanting an intentional foul.
Yeah.
You know we're fouling intentionally.
Chased him from behind.
You know.
Yeah. And I understand why. Because I think he's got a good point because he's chasing him from behind in pursuit rather than, you know, being equal with him or in front of him.
He's got a point. But officials, they're not going to call that unless it's a malicious
flagrant
call.
Free throw rolls in for Landrew. He's got 12. And now comes the big one. It's a 2-possession game right now. If he makes this one, it's over. Well, Landrew steps away. Jesuit will have everybody back on the defensive end. This is the one to put the game away for the Blue Jays with 9.4 seconds left to go. Will Landrew, the senior, calmly sets himself, pops it, and he's got it. Perfect. So Landrew with 13 and Jesuit in control, 59-52, 7 seconds, 6 more to the hole, puts it up, and he'll score it.
We don't have a timeout left.
And the clock's going to expire here. 59-54, it is over, and the Jesuit Blue Jays have defeated Brother Martin by the score of 59-54. Hard-earned win for Jesuit, and they deserve it.
Yes, they did. They controlled the game, most of the game. You know, a couple of runs there that Brother Martin had, but they sustained it. Went to Elijah Morgan in that fourth quarter, and that young man took the game over in the fourth quarter.
Well, he finished with 22 points, Bill, but 15 were in the fourth quarter.
That's you know, he just did the job in that fourth quarter there. You know, they called his number time after time. He hit three-pointers beyond the arc in a row, 3 different possessions coming down. Brother Martin just was not quite able to answer that. Just didn't have enough firepower left. Made it a game, you know, a heck of a lot better game than the first time we played them a week ago. But nonetheless, a loss. However, you got to be encouraged. Jesuit, I'm sure, is happy with the way they played. They pretty much, had this game, the lead most of the game, and Brother Martin's got to be pleased. Disappointed with the loss, but not with the effort. I think the effort finally raised a little bit from their past few games. They got Epps back in the lineup and were able to keep themselves in this game.
59-54 victory for Jesuit over Brother Martin. We'll take the timeout here. We'll return with our postgame show in just a moment. And this is Brother Martin basketball at CrescentCitySports.com at WGSO 990 AM, and at WGSO.com.
Thank you for your attendance at tonight's game and have a safe drive home.
Jesuit defeats Brother Martin 59-54 here tonight. Ken Trahan along with Bill Gallagher as we take a look at the scoring unofficially in this game. First of all, for Brother Martin, Victor Tomlinson finished with 5, Tyler Lally with 6, Javier Perez with 9, TJ Small 5, but he had 13 boards unofficially. Tyler Epps had 11, and the leading scorer with 18 points, including 7 in the fourth quarter, was Devon Moore. For the Blue Jays here this evening, Drew Black had 8 points, but he had 11 rebounds as well. Zach W. with 2, Noah Varnado 4, Robert McMahon with 4. Mike Hall finished with 6, Will Landrew with 13 points, and the leading scorer, Elijah Morgan, at 22 points, 6 assists, 3 rebounds, including 15 in the fourth quarter. Jesuit wins their fourth straight, 59-54 over Brother Martin. Blue Jays win their 20th game, magic number of 20, and they go to 8-2 in the league with their fourth straight win. Brother Martin to 15-13, 5-5 in the league with their third straight loss.
Yeah, it was a much better effort on the part of the Crusaders tonight. Glad to see that. Kick themselves up a little bit. Jesuit is, again, playing their best ball now at this time of the season, which is exactly what they want to do. They probably don't want the week off after the regular season between when the playoffs start. Brother Martin's probably hoping, can't wait for that to come fast enough. So, they're both going to make the playoffs. The Jesuit is pretty much solidified a home game, closing in on possibly getting the bye, as we said earlier. Tonight, Jesuit did it offensively, did it defensively, hit the boards. Morgan off the bench. I don't know if that's going to be a regular thing now for Jesuit. I'd have to think about it. If I was Chris Jennings, he certainly seems to do well coming off the bench. He doesn't mind it. Brother Martin's got to get Lally more involved in the game. He's had 3 very quiet games lately, so we got to get him going in time for the playoffs.
Well, Jesuit did not give him one clean look in this game.
Well, that's what happened. That's what happened last Saturday night. He did not get one clean look the entire game.
Got to give Jesuit an enormous amount of credit. They're a good basketball team, extremely well coached, and a team that definitely is one to watch in Division I moving forward, as they win it here tonight by the score of 59-54. Brother Martin up next. We'll have leading St. Augustine Monday night here at Bob Conlin Gymnasium. Jesuit will host Archbishop Shaw next Wednesday evening. Bill, it's been a pleasure. Thanks for being with us again tonight.
Well, thanks once again for having me. Appreciate it. And let's pull for both teams in the playoffs.
Absolutely. Once again, our final tonight was Jesuit 59 and Brother Martin 54. I want to thank B.J. Rust back at Studio Control at WGSO, and also want to thank Matt and Chip Merritt for a job extremely well done here on site for CrescentCitySports.com. Once again, our final tonight was Jesuit 59, Brother Martin 54. Now, this is Ken Trahan saying thanks for joining us, and be a good sport. And God bless you one and all. We are rounding third and heading home. So long. Okay, BJ, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Have a good. Talk to you later. Bye.